I'm still trying to learn YAWL, and one of the things that I'm missing is the concept of a start form, something common in BPMN. Hi, my name is Andreas Hense and I make videos on business process automation. A while ago, I answered this exact question online, but I figured, hey, let's break it down properly in a video. Let's look at how to start a YAWL process with input parameters. Run it and delegate the work like a boss, or well, like a team manager. So here's the full question from Carlson Weber. I'm still trying to learn YAWL, and one of the things that I'm missing is the concept of a start form, something common in BPMN. When I want to start a process, I need to have access to case management, start one, and then be quick and get the work from work list first and fill the data. Or am I thinking wrong? You're not wrong. I want to model the process. My client asks some of my employees to resend the slip for payment. The person that gets this request will start a process, filling the name and email of the client that asked the slip. In BPMN, I can set up a start form that will ask initial data and then the flow just continues. How to do this in YAWL? In this video, I'll cover two topics: using input parameters in YAWL workflows and starting cases as a user who is not administrator. Then delegating the work as a manager to one of the team members. Let's get started. So, okay, here we have some windows open and I'll start with the YAWL editor here on the top right. And first I will show you the input parameters of this workflow specification. And in order to do that, we have to go to the net and look at the data variables. And you can see here there are 4 data variables: client name, client email, invoice number, and employee name. And they are all of type string, and they all have the scope input. So these will be the input parameters for this specification. And you'll see later how this works. And then the next thing is we have to look at the role and delegation privilege in the task. So in this task, send payment slip to client, we have some privilege here, and this is here under resourcing. So here under resourcing, we can see that this task will be offered to the manager role. This will be important later on. And if we go to task privileges, we can see here that here we have the privilege allow work item delegation, and this privilege is restricted to the role manager, and we will use that in a moment as well. So that's that. Then here we can see the admin. The admin is logged in this window, and we will look at the org data now. In the org data, we first have the roles. So the manager role, there is Basil, who has the manager role. And if we look at the positions, we can see that we have a team lead finance division. This is a position, and this position is held by Basil. And we have 3 team members who all report to the team lead. And you can see the team members here. There's also an org group called Finance Division, and this is a team. And so this Finance Division is this team that is depicted here. So if we look at these members here, we have now Basil, who is here in this left-hand side window. Then we have EED. This is Ethelwyn, and on the right-hand side we have Eugenia, and they are all logged in here in the YAWL system with their work lists. And now we can start the workflow. So we said that we wanted to start the workflow by a user. and not an ordinary admin user, but one who has the privilege of administrating cases. So here we have Basil, and Basil has now in his menu a menu item called case management. If you look at the other users, they don't have that, so they don't have this privilege here. And Basil can therefore use case management to start a case for this workflow, and then he can enter the input parameters that we have seen before, so the client name, the invoice number, and the employee name. So we take Eugenia. And now we go to the work list. So this is my work list. So this is the work list of this user who has just started the case. And we can see that there is a menu item, send payment slip to client here. And the idea now, and this is a different topic, the idea now is to delegate that. In order to delegate that, we need to accept this work item, and then we can delegate it. If we start it, we are not able, then we have to execute it ourselves. But if we just accept it here, we can then delegate it. And the delegation is hidden behind these three bars. And you can see here, delegate. And now we get all of the team members that directly report to this position, and we have Eugenia among others, and so we can delegate it to Eugenia, and we can now refresh the work lists here, and we can see that Eugenia has this menu item, send payment slip to client, in her work list now, which has been delegated by Basil, and now we can start this. And now we get the information, we have to send the payment slip to the client John. All this information is here, and we complete. I hope you found this amazing. Thank you for watching.